Melisandre is a priestess and the left hand of Stannis.
Baron Greyjoy, Lord of the Iron Islands, is made of steel.
Corin is very interesting. He's been out in the wilds for a long time.
Davos gave his life for Stannis. His spine consists of loyalty.
Marjorie sees herself as a pawn in a bigger game.
Stannis would be concerned very much with the idea of honor.
Stannis Baratheon, Robert's middle brother, feels like he's never received the proper credit for the things he's done in his brother's service. Now his brother's gone, so Stannis has decided that this is the time to take the Iron Throne.
Stannis believes that he is the rightful king, and he has a very good claim on the throne.
The Iron Throne is mine, by right.
His main concern seems to be justice, that somehow the world should be just, and that the consequences of justice would be that he would be king.
Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark, they're all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
He's a warrior. He's hard, severe, and puritanical.
Stannis doesn't have a whole lot of room for human emotion or for human sympathy.
And I declare upon the honor of my house that my beloved brother Robert...
He wasn't my beloved brother. I didn't love him.
A harmless courtesy, Your Grace.
A lie. Take it out.
Davos is my right-hand man. He's a former pirate. He carried out an act of great heroism, relieving a siege. And ever since then, I've trusted him as I trust nobody else.
He is a man from lowly beginnings. He's the son of a crabber and was a smuggler.
When I rewarded him, it was part of my code of honor that I should also punish him for being a thief. On the one hand, I gave him land, and on the other hand, I cut off his fingers.
He's most definitely a man of honor. He's a man with humanity and a little wit, and Stannis recognizes that, which is why he has him around, alongside that awful woman, Melisandre.
This woman will lead him into a war he cannot win.
Stannis is our king. We follow where he leads.
Melisandre sees the victory of Stannis. She sees that Stannis will be king. She thinks the Lord of Light is inside Stannis, so he's a special man.
She comes from some distant land, and she believes in a Lord of Light.
She also has very strange powers. He has a major mistrust of her.
But she is a strong character. You cannot easily push her away. Look to your sins, Lord Renly. The night is dark and full of terrors.
Your enemies aren't happy about us. They want to tear us apart. Marjorie is a young woman who comes from a very close, happy family, who has been bred, raised, educated very much for court life.
Now, my love, my brother fought valiantly for you.
That he did, my queen. We see Marjorie Tyrell's entry into this world, and she seems very confident within it. She seems very practical and is prepared to do what it takes to make this political marriage work.
You are very welcome here, Lady Stark. You are most kind.
She's obviously been tutored for this destiny.
The Tyrells have a lot of money, and the Baratheon have the kind of name and the power. So when you put those two together, they're almost like an unbeatable force.
Renly is going from courtier to king. He's taking a greater responsibility. For that to happen, he has to marry Loras's sister, Marjorie, my lover's sister, which is complicated.
Not tonight. There's another Tyrell who requires your attention.
Marjorie has a genuine faith and belief that this is what is best for the Seven Kingdoms. You are a king.
When will he come?
The half-hand does things in his own time.
I heard the half-hand spent half of last winter beyond the wall.
Whole winter.
Jon has always known about the Night's Watch and some of the people in it, and I think Corin Halfhand's supposed to be one of the greatest rangers of all time.
It's one of those characters that's quite nice to play because people talk about you quite a lot before you arrive. There's something vaguely mystical about him, fairly mysterious about him.
They'll hit us in force, and they won't run away when we hit back. I'd like to join Lord Corin. He's the one.
I think the relationship between Corin and Jon is almost paternal.
It's an example of a man that Jon thinks of as, you know, what real men are and what he wants to be.
Corin sees maybe of himself in Jon. He's trying to get him to see the right way to look at the world.
He's always dreamt that he'd be this Night's Watchman that Corin is, that he would be that solid.
He's someone who lives the code of the Night Watch to its extreme.
You start thinking you know this place, it'll kill you. We're at war. We've always been at war, and it's never going to end because we're not fighting an enemy. We're fighting the North, and it's not going anywhere.
9 years, is it? They took a frightened boy. What have they given back?
Balon Greyjoy used to be king of the Iron Islands, and then he rose in revolt. He was defeated, and he had to give up his son Theon as a hostage for his own good behavior.
Stark had you longer than I did.
Lord Stark is gone.
And how do you feel about that?
He's expecting his father to accept him with open arms.
There are some parental issues between Balon Greyjoy and his son Theon.
He's just not a very happy dad.
I think often Balon Greyjoy, you're not quite sure what he feels deep down because he doesn't let anybody see what he feels.
To be a Greyjoy, you are a pirate, essentially.
We are ironborn. We're not subjects. We're not slaves. We take what is ours.
What's unique about the Greyjoys is their position. They live on an island and it's not part of the main land. They're remote. And I guess the character's pretty remote as well. He's part of the rock. He's part of the island. He's part of the landscape. This man is made of stone, weathered by the water.
Action!
And one of the great things about the show is casting these actors and then seeing them get so into the roles. They just want to be as true to them as possible, and they spend an incredible amount of time getting to that place.